Hey guys, welcome to another week of PTOM Theater. I'm Ryan Taljonick, and I'm here with Scott Butterworth.
Hello.
And we are going to talk today about the Resident Evil 6 reveal trailer. We're going to kind of go through it and give our thoughts on some of the things that we're going to see in it, maybe pick it apart a little bit. So.
Spoiler alert, the trailer's pretty good.
Yeah, actually it was.
We're optimistic.
I'm pretty hopeful for the game, so why don't we go ahead and get things started here.
First off, we have this lovely Capcom logo, which is,
It's
delightful.
It's very nice.
It's in gray this time.
Leon Kennedy. I'm excited
Which,
to see Leon again.
yeah. I mean, wasn't in Resident Evil 5, so it's interesting that, he's returned as a primary protagonist.
I'm not sure if I recognize that other chick.
I'm not sure either. But there's the president, and there's a zombie president.
It's the president.
Are you a bad enough dude to shoot the president?
Yeah, or save him from ninjas.
Or save him from ninjas? Wait, what?
I don't know.
Huh?
It's always been a dream of mine to save the president from ninjas. Just let it go.
Well, okay.
But anyways, that's probably one of my favorite lines so far in this trailer is, "It's the president."
Yeah, with the gun, yes.
It just sounds pretty cheesy.
It's super cheesy, but in a great way, in a way that makes you smile and be like, oh man, it's a Resident Evil game.
But, I'm really actually glad that it seems to be returning to this kind of urban setting with actual zombies instead of, I don't know. I just,
African villagers.
Yeah, I was just kind of put off by those. I don't really understand. Well,
it was certainly a departure from the Resident Evil lore of previous games. And Resident Evil 5 was certainly kind of its own thing, and I still really liked it actually. But it certainly was not what you would traditionally consider a Resident Evil game. This looks to be more of a return to form. You see, be a shot of BOW there, a lot of just, zombies looming in on people, grabbing them, trying to bite their necks, like and it's all very dark. It's in an urban setting. This is much closer to the older Resident Evil games, much closer to what we, were familiar with in the early days of the franchise.
And that's pretty exciting to me because, like I said,
Chris Redfield hates cameramen.
Get out of my face, cameraman. And I'm kidding. So obviously you can sprint now.
He was sprinting there, rowdy run. Yeah. Well, sort of my theory on this is, it appears that we're going to have dual protagonists. We're going to be able to play as either Leon Kennedy or Chris Redfield, and my guess is that they're going to use that as an opportunity to sort of split the campaign between more traditional survival horror gameplay and the more action-oriented gameplay that we saw in Resident Evil 5. My guess is that Chris will be, wielding automatic weapons and rowdy running through the street and stuff, whereas Leon will be kind of sneaking through alleyways and trying to survive in a very Raccoon City-esque kind of way.
Well, we saw, too, just a little bit, like, just in that one little section, how he's kind of with that squad. I wonder if there's going to be any kind of, like, squad player, if that's just maybe part of the story.
I mean, Resident Evil 5 was completely co-op, so it wouldn't be totally surprising if there were co-op elements built into this, or it's possible that it's just going to be squad-based, like AI shooter kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So hard to say, but it's definitely possible.
And then I'm not entirely sure who this guy is.
I don't know either. As we learn very quickly here, he has very valuable blood, which is interesting.
Just my blood.
I guess he must be like the only carrier of like the antidote to the T-virus.
And there's Ashley, the president's daughter.
Yes, she returns, Ashley, yes. Hopefully she will be less annoying this time. She is clearly more grown up now, so she might be able to fend for herself a little better. But I'm still a little nervous that she's in it. We'll see.
The BOWs look awesome.
The BOWs do look awesome.
It's super cool. And this guy is obviously the part of some kind of like mercenary group because he's talking about like, well, we get $200,000 up front, $200,000 after the mission. BOWs get you extra cash.
Yeah.
So I kind of wonder what that's going to have to do with it.
I'm guessing he's going to be a non-playable character. I'm guessing he's going to be sort of like your, Kurt's character. You're seeking the whole game and trying to find this guy or protect this guy. He's kind of a mystery, and you aren't sure exactly what purpose he serves. You just know that you got to find him. It might be that sort of thing. Or he could be a playable character. I mean,
there's
who knows?
Lots of sliding around too. Leon was doing it. Chris slid into a cover.
True.
So it's just like
a lot of vehicles too. We saw a chopper back there. We saw a motorcycle. I'm guessing that's going to be. We had a lot of those QuickTime events in Resident Evil 5. That were based on sort of situations like that. I'm guessing we're going to see a heavy return to that, QuickTime events, all that action-y kind of stuff.
So
it's clearly not a complete return to the survival horror roots of the franchise,
but I think it's heading that way a little.
Yeah, certainly the atmosphere projected by this trailer is much more akin to the early horror days than to the bright, sunny African shooting days.
And I've got to say, I'm honestly more excited for Resident Evil 6 than I've been for either 4 or 5. So I'm kind of looking forward to it just because.
4 was great though. I liked 5.
It may be. I just haven't played it yet is all. I know. But so it looks like, great atmosphere, cover mechanics, sprinting possibly, sliding around, shooting zombies in the kneecaps.
But despite all that, it looks like it's going to be much truer Resident Evil experience than not only Resident Evil 5, but Raccoon City, which is really its own thing. I mean, Operation Raccoon City looks like it's a lot of fun, but it's very much a shooter. It's a third-person shooter action game all the way. This looks to be much more akin to older Resident Evil.
Well, that'll wrap things up for this week's episode of PTOM Theater. Let us know what you guys think of Resident Evil 6 in the comments. We'd love to hear back from you.
Absolutely.
And then we'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.